What is up, guys? Today I'm checking out this 1,000 mile 1994 Toyota Land Cruiser, the 80 series Land Cruiser. And yes, you heard it correctly, it has 1,000 miles. Yeah, we've heard of the million-mile Land Cruiser, the 500,000 mile Land Cruiser, but we've never seen one with 1,000 miles. And this one here is selling for $79,000. That's what the bid is for currently, and there's still 6 days left. So immediately I have a ton of questions. First of all, what's the condition of the Land Cruiser? We can see right away that it's in pretty good shape, but what about the undercarriage? There's so many different things that come into play with a Land Cruiser, and with a bid that high, I want to know what the deal is. So we're going to go over this in this video. I'm going to kind of go over the entire ad here on Bring a Trailer, and we're going to see the condition of it. We can clearly see these leather seats are in really good shape, but we're going to go into much more detail throughout the video. So let's get started with this. So the very first thing we're going to get started with is, why aren't you subscribed yet? If you aren't a subscriber, definitely consider subscribing, because if you like videos like this, you'll like the rest of my videos. I make a ton of videos on my 80 series Land Cruiser, my beautiful FJ80. It's definitely not in the condition of this one, but I do a lot of maintenance. So if you have an 80 series, or if you like Land Cruisers in general, I do a lot of videos on those. So consider subscribing, consider liking. Thank you very much. Let's actually get started now. All right, without further delay, let's go through this ad and check it out. Look at the condition. My goodness, of this Land Cruiser. Is that triple locked? Oh, let's scroll through this. We'll see that later, if it's triple locked or not. I mean, it has to be, right? If it's going to be selling for that much money, might as well be triple locked here. Look at that solid front axle, like all Land Cruisers should be. Yes, I'm looking at you, 100 series and 200 series. Anyways, wow, just beautiful. I wonder if that steering box is leaking, because if you own an 80 series Land Cruiser, you know all steering boxes leak. Let's check out this paint now. I'm going to kind of scroll through here really quickly, and wow, look at that. Just look at the condition it's in. It is in beautiful shape. Absolutely phenomenal. And as we continue to scroll through these pictures, the more I see these, the more I think that this is quite the gem. Right, it's only been driven 1,000 miles. So right away, I am calling for this man, the previous owner, to be arrested right away, because it should be a crime to not drive a Land Cruiser at least 200,000 miles, man. Come on. What are you thinking? But then I'm also calling for this guy to be praised, because I love 80 series Land Cruisers, and let's be honest, I mean, I was born in the 90s. So I would have never been able to go into a dealership and look at a Land Cruiser in its original condition. I just have to settle for what mine looks like right now. And this is like a point in time. This is an absolute gem. And you often see people posting their 100,000 mile Land Cruisers, 80 series, and they'll say, hey, this thing has 100,000 miles. This is one of a kind. No, it's not one of a kind. I'm sorry. It's considered rare. But this right here is one of a kind. 1,000 miles. I don't think there is any other Land Cruiser out there. And if there is, you guys need to sell yours right away, or put it in a museum or something, maintain it. But this is absolutely beautiful, and it's amazing. I love it. But anyways, the more I continue to look through these photos, the more I think, look, there's no rust. What? No rust. It's just the paint is amazing. And if you know anything about Land Cruisers, you know that right away that the paint, no matter how good of a condition it is, if it's exposed to sun in any way, this paint is just tore up. Another thing to note in this beautiful interior, this is like fresh off the showroom lot. The interior, the dash is not cracked at all, so that means it was rarely exposed to sunlight. All the shots of the interior look great. I do see that triple locked button here. I can't zoom in on this, so we're going to see if we can find a closer shot of that. But everything just looks so good, so nice. I don't even think you could buy a Land Cruiser in this condition brand new. No cup holders, as you can see. If 1,005 miles, well, that ad was incorrect. It has 1,005. This beautiful anti-theft system for your cassettes. You don't want those to get stolen. And there it is, guys. Triple locked. 1,000 miles. Like I said, I'm calling for this guy to be arrested, the original owner. You cannot have a triple lock Land Cruiser and only have 1,000 miles on it. That unless those 1,000 miles were pure off-roading trips, which then I redact my call to have him arrested. But anyways, let's go through this. Just everything is in such good shape. For those guys that have leather interiors, look at this. This is how your Land Cruiser used to look. It's in great, phenomenal shape. I do see a little bit of imperfections on that rear view mirror there. We're going to see if I can maybe, yeah, there it is. Right there. But that's about it. That's the only imperfection that I've seen on this thing, other than a little bit of surface rust on the underbody. But everything is just so good, in such great shape. And this is why I bought my Land Cruiser. I want to get it back to its original condition, the best that I can, and also be able to drive it every day. But mine has 268,000 miles on it, which is actually pretty common. But anyways, let's answer another question that comes to mind, which is, was this a barn find? Every time I try to say this in the video, I could not pronounce it. Barn. It's not that hard. Was this a barn find? And reading through the person's description, I believe the original owner was a collector. I'm still waiting for a response from the current owner, and I'm really hoping there's some cool backstory, like this guy knew the whole time that the 80 series was going to pop off and they just held it, or they just had a collection of Land Cruisers. I just want to know. And I'm also hoping whoever buys this maybe does a full in-depth video on how this thing looks inside and out. We have a lot of pictures and a lot of detail, and there are some videos on Bring a Trailer, so if you guys want to check that out, you can go ahead and do that. But I think I want to know the backstory. There's so much more, so many unanswered questions. But I guess for this video, we're going to be tracking how much higher it goes. I think it's going to go another $100,000 more easily. But we're going to see. We'll see how much this goes for. And basically, it just goes to show, if you have an 80 series Land Cruiser, hold on to them, because they will continue to go up in value. Maintain them, treat them right. And if you're looking for an 80 series Land Cruiser, I mean, you better start looking fast, because these are going like hotcakes. Anyways, that's it for this video today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and have a good one.